I don't get why I'm still single. Like, I'm putting myself out there.
Relationships in 2024 are not easy. You know, especially with social media and the cyberspace. A lot of these relationships are not actual relationships. They're cyber relationships. You know, you put all your business online. You spend, you know, you literally could be sitting with your mate, and you're on the phone, and she's on the phone. Y'all never talk or really pay attention to each other. Everything is about what's going on outside of what your relationship is supposed to be. You know, the only time you really have any type of communication or form of communication is when you're actually having sex. If you even have sex. This is the world that we live in today. You know, we live in a world where there's no appreciation, there's no sacrifice for nothing. There's no process. There's no things there's not a process that takes time. Everything is instantaneously. And with that, we've created an atmosphere that's not conducive for long-term relationships. And with that being said, we segue back into Tia Mowry and Corey Hardrict. And, you know, Tia Mowry, you know, she talked about she had her graduation from marriage. It was a success. They had 2 beautiful children. And a lot of women was cheering this on. Yeah, girl. Yeah, you strong and you independent and you don't need that man. And then 10 minutes later, you seen her crying and she's wondering why she's so single. She's wondering why she can't find a new man because she's been with that man so long. No other man is ever going to be good enough. He's going to always be judged or held to a certain standard because she even talked about it, about courting and men opening up the door and just certain gestures that she's used to from Corey that she wasn't getting from other men. But y'all remember when she came online and she was doing this?
Recovering from a divorce feels like a whirlwind journey. I found that through the process, divorce isn't a place where we arrive. It's entering a new chapter of life with many nuances and no one-size-fits-all handbook. One moment you're relieved, feeling like you've conquered something significant. Then suddenly, waves of emotions hit you all over again. It's a side of divorce that isn't often discussed, especially when there are kids involved. You strive to be a role model, teaching them resilience and self-care. You try different things to soothe and release emotional buildup with exercise, journaling your thoughts, meditation, and seeking therapy to cope with the breakup and the dreams you had for the future. It may sound cliche, but time truly does have a way of soothing pain. Someday, I believe I'll be able to look back on this time with nothing but warmth and gratitude for the beautiful children brought into my life and the stronger version of myself that emerged from the experience.
You know, like I said, breakups, especially marriages, long-term relationships. She said that Corey was her first everything. You know, and I understand in the beginning she was hurting a lot. But what we didn't know was she was selling her pain and her experience online for profit. You know, she was not covering Corey or herself or her children. She was putting out her business out there for everybody to judge, for everybody to see. And when I was doing these videos, I got a lot of flack from women. So not a lot, but I got flack because there was a lot of women that was agreeing with me too. But I got flack from women, and I was often asking the question, if Corey was your son and Tia was putting their business out there for profit, how would you feel? When there's no stories of maybe abuse or none of these things, maybe cheating, none of this stuff. How would you feel as a mother if this woman was putting your son out there like that? A lot of the women get quiet when you ask them that question though, right? But she's also doing this with her ring and she's putting it out there for the world to hear for profit. So she's opened up for scrutiny. Check this out.
In 2 years.
Okay.
And what I want to do is to take my wedding ring and turn it into some nice pieces, jewelry pieces for my 2 kids.
Okay. Yeah. We should measure them so we can start designing.
Okay. It's hard for me to not think about Corey when I am deciding to repurpose my wedding band because he is the one that gave me my wedding ring.
Let me do some testing.
Oh, Lord. 2006, December 25th, I was proposed to. I was at my mother's house around Christmas dinner, And the song by Jagged Edge started playing. And Corey got down on one knee in front of my whole entire family and asked to marry me. I was so surprised. So it's very hard for me not to think about what he would think.
Diamond.
Beautiful centerpiece.
Thank you.
Very nice.
But I am learning that at the end of the day, I need to make this decision for me.
And I will say this because I've been married for a long time. And I get it from Tia's perspective of being separate from this man and learning how to make decisions on your own and being strong and doing all those things. But you're broadcasting it to the world. And when you do that, you're actually putting a dark cloud or shadow over Corey when you do that. Because it makes the public believe, well, why would she want to walk away from her marriage? Why is she doing all this? Well, Corey had to be this bad person. This is why Corey was receiving such negative press. And a lot of you women that question me on that, I don't understand how you don't understand this. Let this happen to your son. Right? She doesn't have to say anything negative about Corey when she's speaking about how she wasn't happy in the marriage, how she was unfulfilled, and she's constantly every day, right, with a whole show and doing all these things. It actually makes Corey look negative. If a man actually did something like this to a woman, the show would be shut down. Women would never stand for it, right? But let this be one of your sons. And this is the thing that I'm saying. This is the thing that I'm speaking to. So a lot of people wanted Corey to respond, but Corey wasn't responding. He wasn't saying nothing. He was doing what he was supposed to do. One of these people that wanted Corey to come out and defend himself, that was actually being an avid defender of Corey, was Tasha K. And she was trying to get Corey to come out and speak, but Corey responded to her and he said this.
Tia just won't let this man. Corey, I'm gonna have to tell Corey, because me and Corey be in a DM and we be chatting it up, okay? Now, this is what I'm finna tell Corey, because I'm just trying to figure out, when is he gonna say something? Corey has got to say something. Give me a second for a second. Corey had it. Okay. Corey, hold on for a second. The last message me and Corey had was, I appreciate you, Tasha. I'm just private and I've always been. People love negativity and the makeup on these blogs, and I'm a real one, says Corey to me. Haven't had one smear on my name. Been working 25 years consistently. God is preparing me for something major, that's all I know. I will forever protect Tia and my babies. I'll get through it in Jesus' name. No weapon shall be formed against me. That's what Corey said to me when I said, hey, you just gonna let her come out here and just say you ain't gonna say nothing, man? And that's what real men do.
But see, Tia is now getting exposed because she was recording a lot of stuff with her sister and her brother, but she wasn't telling them that she had an upcoming reality show. And she asked the guy that was interviewing her, "Do you tell your brother and sister and them everything?" He said, "Well, if I'm getting a new job, I do." You know, she didn't tell them that she was exploiting her divorce for profit. And Tamara is very upset about that. She's very upset. She feels some type of way about that. And that's put a strain on their relationship where they haven't been as close as they should. And they haven't been talking. Her brother actually was going through some stuff and he didn't tell her. He didn't bring her on board to what it was that he was doing. Now, some people say that that's not a big deal, but it is. Because what we're seeing is this stuff is starting to wear thin on people. But let's look at this part.
Said that she didn't know that a reality show was coming out. You were doing
Yeah.
one. So is there a reason why you didn't tell him?
That's normal. I mean, do you tell your brother and your sister everything?
Well, I do tell him anytime I get a new job or something of significance.
You know, it's something that just happens. I mean, I found out something about my brother the other day and he didn't tell me. It's just, I feel like, like I said, we have.
This is significant.
Yeah, but like I said, I think it's normal, for you not to tell everyone everything. It doesn't mean anything, There's nothing loaded, with that, I guess. It is, she's living her life, I'm living my life, we don't have to tell each other everything, and that's very normal.
Now, I'll say this, when she first started, people was very sympathetic, especially women. But now a lot of women is telling her that, yo, be quiet, stop crying, stop putting your business online, stop, because they was asking questions in the beginning. Some women was concerned. Well, are you okay, Tia? Wink twice if something is wrong. Did Corey do anything wrong to you? Like, what, a lot of people was asking her, like, what's the problem? And then we found out that it wasn't that. Corey came out and said that his children was was everything to him. He said that there was no infidelity. He said that there was no funny business or him harming her. There was none of that. She's never alluded to that. But when you come out every day, you're crying and then you're happy. Then you're talking about how women are not supposed to serve men. But when you make statements like that, you actually put Corey in a bad light because it makes it seem like Corey was just living off you, or he was making you serve him. And he was doing these things where that's wrong. So Tamara wants nothing to do with that because Tamara actually has a husband and she's covering her husband. She's keeping her business in-house. And for a lot of you people out there that think that this is normal, you are dysfunctional. You've normalized dysfunction. This is not okay. But these networks showcase and highlight this all the time because all they care about is a bottom line and a dollar. That's all they care. They don't have no morals. They don't care nothing about your morality or the children or any of that. And Tia Mowry, Tia has now signed off and signed on to that. Corey, on the other hand, is staying quiet. And a lot of women now is thanking him for staying quiet and covering his family and not saying anything. And this is the reality that we're in now with social media. A lot of you guys put everything online. Everything. You put all of your business online because you are cyber babies, cyber children. You have no more personal business. You surrendered it all over to the airwaves. And when people call it out, you think that we're wrong in what we're saying because your whole life is now dedicated to this social media crap, man. You don't have no life outside of this. And what Tia is doing is not normal. She's selling her personal business for profit. So I'm going to cut this video short here. If you made it this far in the video, hit that like button, subscribe to Street Media TV. And I'll say my last words out there to a lot of you women. If this was your son, you would never approve of what Tia is doing. Remember, I love y'all. Till the next time, peace.